Kimberly, are you here?
Yeah.
Michael, are you here?
I'm literally at your table right now.
All my friends are right here.
Cheers.
All my friends are right here. All my friends are here. All my friends are right here. It's party time.
Hello and welcome to All My Friends Are Right Here. Today we've got, in the studio, we've got Kimberly.
Hey.
And we've got Michael.
Hey.
And we've got me, your host, Vince. Something I've been thinking about, a lot of my coworkers are having children, boys, right now. And so I've always been suggesting, hey, Vince is a good name. It means conquer. And they're always like,
Does it really? It means conquer?
Yeah, it means conquer.
Like from like a Latin root or something?
Yeah, probably. I haven't looked at that far. I was like, it's probably the same etymology and root as like victor.
Oh, that
like
makes
victorious,
sense.
So whatever. So, but I always say like it'd be a good name, and they always think like, yeah. Then I proceed to like say like, there's all these other great Vinces in the world. And so I was talking to you, Michael, and I was like, we should do a whole podcast about just all the great Vinces there are in the world.
Uh-huh.
And, because, like, it's one of the great names, Vincent Price,
Sure.
Vincent D'Onofrio. Those are the two I picked, for the tease for the rest of the episode. And Michael's like, I got you beat with Michael's. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be weighing the great Vinces versus the great Michaels of the world. And Kimberly is going to be our impartial judge because, unfortunately, there aren't many famous Kims. There's Little Kim.
Yeah. There's Kim Jong-il.
There's Kim Jong-il.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, two very powerful Kims right there.
Yeah.
And you.
Dictators.
So there's four very powerful Kims. But we're going to be going...
Kim Novak.
Yeah, Kim Cattrall.
Oh, there we go.
Is Kim Cattrall her name or the character name?
No, Samantha. She played Samantha.
Okay, Kim Cattrall is the actress's name.
Yes. So what we're going to be doing is we got a few different categories. So we've got film and TV. We've got... I was going to do Saints, but unfortunately my mother would be very disappointed because I don't know a lot about Saint Michael.
Fair enough.
So, film, TV.
I never use the Saint. I always bust out the Archangel.
Oh. I was going to say Archangel.
Because also you brought up, since you've slipped in that Vince means, victor or whatever. I want to, conquer? I want to point out that from what I understand, Michael, it's like etymology means most unto God.
Oh.
So suck on that.
That's pretty sweet.
It's something like that.
So I've got some categories here. I've got film and TV. We've got musicians, sports stars, artists, and disgraces, and that'll be negative points.
Now I have a question here. Can somebody be in more than one category?
I think so, because like Michael Jackson is obviously
got to be real high up there for musicians, and could be real high up there for disgraces.
Yeah. Because me and Kimberly, we watched, she's a social worker, so we watched a bunch of like dysfunctional family and like family domestic violence stories.
Oh.
And they changed the names for to protect the innocent. But you
can tell who the Jackson 5 are, like real quick.
No, the guy who always murders his family is named Vince.
Always,
consistently.
every time.
Are you serious?
Every time in all of these documentaries that I watch.
Yeah, because he's the victor.
So we're like,
he's
Conqueror
conquering.
indeed.
He's the conqueror.
And then we watch like Fast Five, and we're like, the douche friend in that is Vince.
And in the original Fast and Furious, he's the original.
Because he's only in 1 and 5.
He's the OG douche. Yeah, because that guy for some reason
he busts out the F bomb real quick. The FAGG bomb.
He's been. Oh, he sure does in the first movie. He busts that out real quick. And then they bring him back in the 5th movie for no reason,
and then he dies. So, speaking of Fast and Furious, we're going to go right into it. I'm going to nominate one of the best Vinces we've got here. Vin Diesel, real name Mark Vincent.
Oh, shit. You're going to throw Vin Diesel right at me?
I can go through all my Vinces right now, but Vin Diesel is his name.
No, wait. For the record, I have to clarify something. Because you prepared Vince's.
And some great Michaels.
And you prepared Michaels, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't have a list, and
okay.
I might bring something up offhand here.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I wasn't supposed to have already had a list.
So we're just going to go through the great Vinces right now. We're going to find the best Vince.
Got it.
And then we're going to go through the Michaels and find the best Michael of film and TV.
Nailed it. Let's do it.
So Mark Vincent, now Vin Diesel.
Okay.
Because I guess that was his like bouncer name. His brother's name is Paul Vincent. And Vin Diesel did name his kid, like, I think Pauline, but not after his brother.
Okay.
After Paul Walker.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is got to be really confusing.
But also like his brother Paul Walker.
Yeah,
because familia.
Yeah, familia. There's always the aforementioned Vincent Price.
Yeah.
Of horror film, quite the master. Vince Vaughn. Not as much of a horror master in that Psycho remake.
No, but very good film career. I mean, he hit a real peak for a while there.
2 peaks. He had like his he had like a bunch of terrible movies after Swingers. That he made like a bunch of like weird dramas after that, and then he had his Wedding Crashers peak.
The Wedding Crashers peak was way higher than Swingers peak.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was like the only man in America, really. I feel like at that time that was consistently the funnier character or person getting cast over him was Will Ferrell.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And did you even see like was it The Internship or something? Well, I don't even know what it was called.
Oh no, the one with him and Owen Wilson at Google. You all right there? You all right over there, Kim?
She's doing research.
I'm definitely not doing internet research as we speak.
So Vince Vaughn, another Vince was in a famous movie with Vince Vaughn, Vincent D'Onofrio in The Cell.
Yeah.
The Cell, honey. Yeah.
I love The Cell.
Now,
I did have a bad experience where I like ate some pot brownies that had way too much pot in them, and then I got
that will
as hell
fuck
after
you
watching
up.
The Cell. Like it was not great.
That's real bad. That's
when those like weightlifter I'm like, because that was my sad thing was like there was nudity in it, and so I was like, and it was just like creepy weightlifter ladies.
Yeah, that was a
Richard, friend of the show. Richard really liked The Cell.
I love that movie,
and I had the DVD of it back when we were in high school or whatever, and he always wanted to watch it, and I watched it once and was like, I'm done with this. That's okay. So Vincent D'Onofrio, but also Full Metal Jacket,
which is like 30 years ago. He was great as the Kingpin in Daredevil, the Daredevil TV series.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet.
He's really good.
D'Onofrio's really good.
He was the villain in Jurassic World for those of y'all our young millennial listeners.
He's also the villain in Men in Black.
Oh, that's right, in his Earl suit.
In the Earl suit, yeah. That's a weird ass role that he really pulls off.
There's another Michael. There's a Michael who played the other Kingpin. Michael Clark Duncan played it in the other Daredevil movie. I would say D'Onofrio wins against Michael Clark Duncan in that particular regard.
Probably. Although, I mean, Michael Clark Duncan's got like Green Mile and stuff.
But wait, hang on.
Let's just look at the Vinces that we have right now.
Sorry, I got distracted, got excited. I got creator of Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan.
Oh well, shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Some great Vinces in the world. I was feeling really confident about this. And honorable dishonorable mention is Vincent Gallo. Do you remember him, or Vincent Gallo? Perhaps?
Oh, Vincent Gallo. Vincent Gallo is the one that made Chloe Sevigny give him a blowjob on screen.
Yeah, he was the director. Wrote a scene for Chloe Sevigny to give him a blowjob on scene with Brown Bunny.
Yeah.
But he did. Was it Buffalo 66?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, but he's not gonna. And as far as
kind of skeezy.
But I tried to go just with Vince G's, like Vince Gilligan, Vince Gill, Vince.
Vince Gill.
Yeah, we're gonna get to music later. Vince Gill's pretty good.
All right.
So that's my picks though right now. There's some other Vinces in the world. There's also the douchebag Pete from Mad Men, Vincent Kartheiser or something.
Oh, he's good. So let me ask you this before we get into like any Kim's Judgment stuff like that. Who is your instinctual like who do you think is your first pick on the Vinces?
I think professionally, just like artistically, Vince Gilligan's number one. But Vin Diesel's
kind of your heart, right?
Yeah.
But like, because also like Vincent Price defines an entire genre.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also true.
Mm-hmm.
But like Vin Diesel.
It's Vin Diesel.
I mean, Familia. Like you guys watch that video of him singing "Stay"?
Oh my god!
You haven't seen this?
By Lisa Loeb?
No, by the Rihanna "Stay."
Okay.
But it's dude, Vince. It's just him standing in front of this like he's like by himself with a microphone, and there's her videos on in the background, and he's just singing, and his voice is like here, and it's like, and everybody thinks, and I don't remember if it's like he's on an anniversary or a lot of people thought it was about Paul Walker. Mm-hmm. But his voice is so gravelly and not great, but so fucking full of emotion. I watch it like once a month. like to like recharge my soul.
I'm gonna put that one on the. I'll put that one on the list of things. That
Yeah,
you
we
may
need
or-
to
may
tweet
or
that
may-
shit.
Well, we're right here on our Twitter account, or our you're actually Kimberly's taking over our Twitter account.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have like quadrupled your followers. Thank you very much.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, thanks.
Anyway, so here's the thing. I feel like Vin Diesel is my heart. I think Vince Gilligan has made, as much as I love Fast and Furious movies, I think it's probably Vince Gilligan has made the single greatest artistic achievement.
Yeah, and even Better Call Saul is apparently almost as good.
Have you not watched Better
No,
Call
I
Saul?
haven't.
Oh, dude, treat yourself. It is because Breaking Bad hit like all of the, it's incredible. But because of all the cachet he has from Breaking Bad, he gets to do this like really, really slow character build on Breaking. It's great.
But who can do a prequel series to like their hit series? Like Battlestar tried that and fucking sucked,
I know, but it might be better. Like it's anyway,
which is baffling to me.
So do we want to do Vince Gilligan or Vin Diesel?
What do you?
D'Onofrio is the one who I'd want to sleep with the most.
Oh, really?
I'm just putting
Whoa,
it out there.
wait a
Whoa,
minute. Hang on, back up. Out of all of these Vinces, because even like Vince Gilligan's a pretty good looking man.
Yeah,
He's a behind the camera guy.
D'Onofrio. I don't know.
Really?
Know why. Yep.
Hang on, how? Because I noticed that you were doing some phone research.
Yeah.
How recent was the photo of him that you saw?
They looked pretty chubs. The one you
Yeah.
showed.
Well,
But it looked like it was a Jurassic World era.
Because because I mean,
I like him Kingpin.
you like him over
yeah.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
You did like his
Vin
magnet-
Diesel's just not your type.
Vin Diesel's not my type.
Got it.
of tall,
D'Onofrio's my
hunky,
type.
bald guys. No, Not, more Statham and D'Onofrio.
Yeah, I'm more
less Vin Diesel.
Statham. Yeah.
All right, I have to admit that's a surprising pick.
So
for
that's
that.
a pretty good trifecta, though. I don't know where to go on that one, though.
Look. I think that the Fast and Furious love is pretty high on this show.
Yeah, I mean Vin Diesel.
I think it's got
come
to be
on.
Vin Diesel.
It's gotta be the
Who are we
Diesel.
gonna put Vin Diesel against?
Okay, so we got a lot.
Who is Vin
There's
Diesel?
a lot of
Who
Michaels.
is Vin Diesel about to get crushed by?
Okay, so
Can I before we even get into your list? Can I throw some of mine out?
Sure, knock
so
yourself
right
out.
off the bat, I'm gonna throw. We're doing actors and
film and TV.
film and TV. So I'm gonna throw Michael Caine at you right
Of
now.
Maurice
course,
Micklewhite
of
is his
course.
real name.
Maurice Micklewhite. I at one point thought about taking Micklewhite as my stage name.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna go by Michael Micklewhite because I was so annoyed that he had
totally
stolen my name. So Michael Caine,
Yeah.
right off the bat,
Yep.
is like, I mean, Craig Ferguson once introduced him as like this.
He's number one on my list, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be, right?
Yeah.
What are some moments you got?
Followed by Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
And also Michael Douglas, a.k.a. Michael Keaton.
Yep. Yes. Accurate.
Because
Throat cancer. That's all I can think about when I think about him now. Like,
Well,
and it's
Michael-
so bad because he's so
I
ridiculous.
love that we've talked about this before. Michael Douglas said is like the reason I have throat cancer is because I just eat too much pussy.
Ate too much pussy, dude. Sometimes.
Makes me like him even more. I'm not gonna
Sometimes
lie.
you're a sexual icon for 50
works.
years and you get throat cancer because all you did was cunnilingus. Don't sleep on Michael Douglas though, as he's got a Best Picture Oscar for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Really?
Because he produced that movie.
Really?
Because Kirk Douglas had bought the rights to it.
Okay.
And then Michael Douglas got it made. So he's got a Best Picture Oscar for that. And also, one of my favorite movies ever, really underrated, I think, in my opinion, Wonder Boys,
Yes, I was just about to say that.
is I think it's one of my favorite performances ever.
Yeah, there's a point where you forget that Michael Douglas is so good, and he shows up like every 10 years, and you're like, holy shit.
And he's just great. Falling
Wait,
Down,
He
Wall
was good
Street.
in the game.
Yeah, we watched
Oh my
the-
god.
The Game is
Oh
great.
my god.
That's a great movie. It's so weird. Sean Penn, totally so coked in that movie.
Yes. Out of his mind.
Yeah,
Out
but
of
I mean,
his mind.
really
It's so
every
great.
movie
Yeah,
that Sean
that's
Penn's
like
done.
David Fincher's like tiny movie
Yeah.
between Seven and Fight Club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Alien 3. Kimberly likes Alien 3.
I love Alien 3, but I'm an outlier on
and
that.
then Fight
I
Club,
admit
then the
that.
game, and I'm like, we should watch the game.
I think the game came out before Fight Club, actually.
Yeah, I did. It was between because he would make like a big movie and then a small movie because then he made Panic Room after Fight Club.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Fincher.
what you said.
Yeah.
Um,
And then the other Michael Douglas, Michael Keaton, because that's his real name. He's like, God damn it, I gotta change my name.
And he never actually changed it, and he's still legally Michael Douglas. But he just found it because he saw a picture of Diane Keaton in a magazine. I love Michael Keaton. Multiplicity.
I was gonna say Multiplicity right off the bat.
Multiplicity
Like, right
has
off
come
the
up on the
bat.
show before. It's great. I still say we're gonna eat a dolphin all the time. And that's got poor man Julia Roberts in it. That the show's on record as not being a fan of. Andy McDowell, but Multiplicity is great. He does a lot of small movies now. He's on this upswing again with
he's really good.
Birdman and Spotlight and all that.
Two best. What you need to do if you want to have a best picture, you put Michael Keaton in it and a guy who's played Hulk. And that'll win you your Oscar.
Yeah, that'll go. That's 2 for 2.
So,
but I think even then, I think you still got to go Michael Douglas over Keaton.
Yeah.
And
I'd
I'd
still
still
Michael Caine.
I think I still go. I got
Michael
more
Caine.
Michael Caine movies that I want to watch off the bat, I think, than Michael Douglas.
I still need to
movies.
see Italian Job. His Italian Job.
The original Italian
Yeah.
Job. When I was in England, and I would introduce myself to people when I did a semester over there, and I'd say, I'm Michael. And they go, what's your last name? And I'd kind of stand there and be like, my name is Michael Caine. And these people would always be like, get out. I'm like, yeah, Michael Caine. They always go, blow the fucking doors. It's all anybody said to me, and I had no idea what they were talking about. Every single person, and it's from the original Italian Job, which I got years later.
That's a good movie.
So yeah. Anyway, so
I
what?
think Noel Coward is in that movie.
Yeah.
Playwright Noel Coward.
Yeah.
As an actor. Is he the villain?
No, he's like the orchestrator. Yeah, he's the villain. He's the one that they're stealing from. All right, what else you got?
Okay, I got Michael Shannon.
I love Michael Shannon, but he's not competing with Michael Caine
Or Vin Diesel.
or Vin Diesel.
Michael Fassbender.
Ooh, all right, let's talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Michael
Gina
Fassbender.
Carano kicks his ass in Heat, that's just
No,
like,
Haywire?
Haywire.
Heat?
Haywire.
Or the Heat.
That would have been great in Heat.
You just threw me for a fucking loop. I was about to be like, wait a minute.
Michael Fassbender
I was
was in
Michael
Heat.
Fassbender? That movie came out in 1995. Yeah, Michael Fassbender is real good.
You should watch Shame.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, but like only when it's really, really bright outside and like good weather, because you want to be able to walk out immediately. I was actually watching Shame when friend of the show Sam and I lived together, and Sam walked like through the living room into the bathroom. He came out of the bathroom. He stopped for a minute. He looked at the TV, and he didn't know who Michael Fassbender was. He was just about to explode, and Sam goes, "That man is so good looking. It should be illegal."
Word.
And like, look, that year, George Clooney spent like 2 minutes at the Oscars on national television talking about how big Fassbender's dick was.
Well, why wasn't there a Tumblr account as there was for John Hamm for Michael Fassbender? That's all I'm saying. Like I would
Have you seen
be
the
on
John
that
Hamm's
shit.
like dong or
yeah,
whatever?
yeah.
It was just
Have I seen it?
That hasn't been updated in a while.
I mean,
I'm just gonna say.
You got alerts set up.
So, all right. So throw a few more at me before we make our decision.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go a little comedy right now. We're gonna go Michael J. Fox, Mike Myers, Michael Showalter, Michael Ian Black.
Yeah.
Michael have issues. We got Michael McKean, who I love. I love myself some Lenny from Lenny and Squiggy, but also just between like all the Christopher Guest movies, which apparently he has a new movie coming out.
Christopher Guest.
Yeah, it's
Also-
called Mascots.
Michael McKean on Better Call Saul.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Fuck me.
And like next level killing it.
And Mike, the character Mike on Better Call Saul / Breaking Bad. I love him. Jonathan Banks.
All right, so all the comedy people you just threw out there, Michael McKean is my instinctual like want to go with him. I mean, Mike Myers obviously had a huge top. Who was it? Oh, Michael J. Fox. I love, but like Michael McKean has probably done more for me on screen.
Spinal Tap and
Yeah, Spinal Tap and all the guest movies and then on top of that, he's so great on Better Call Saul. He's so great, and he's he's a really stealth. He's like a stealth credit guy. Like he's one of those actors that if there's like a random movie coming on, and I go, and Michael McKean's in it, I'm like, oh, Michael McKean's in this?
Yeah.
I should probably watch this.
he's really good. But Michael J. Fox is there, and Mike Myers is my favorite SNL person.
Would you say he's your guru?
Yeah, love Guru. I love
him.
him. Love him. Love that Guru. We got a duo of directors, Michael Moore and Michael Bay. The Rock is a great film.
I love The Rock. I like Michael Bay in general.
Yeah, Pain and Gain was a really good.
Pain
movie.
and Gain was killer.
Yo, speaking of rocks, how good is The Rock in Pain and Gain?
Yeah.
Do you follow The Rock on Instagram, by the way?
Do I have both of my accounts? Are you
It
kidding
is
me?
the best follow
Yeah.
I've ever.
Period. He almost got elected president because of that account.
I love him. We just got some good character actors, and Michael Clark Duncan, R.I.P. Michael Chiklis.
Okay.
He's really great on The Shield, if you haven't seen The
Yep.
Shield. Michael Biehn, who I think should have been a bigger actor than he was. Michael Biehn is the other guy, Kyle Reese in Terminator.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy in Aliens. He wasn't supposed to get that role, but Dexter's dad was too coked out of his mind, and so he got fired.
Yeah, that'll happen.
He got fired from Aliens. He's in a few shots, but then Michael Biehn replaced him. And who else? I got my list keeps reciting. Michael Pitt is kind of a douchebag, as we've talked about on the show. And Michael Ironside, who I just love Michael Ironside.
I do like Michael Ironside. You're naming some HBO actors here, and you're leaving out a Michael, which is Michael K. Williams.
Who's that?
Omar
Oh, yes.
from The Wire.
And from Community.
Is he on Community?
He was on Community. He was like, you guys know they're laughing at you, right? he was the biology teacher.
Pop.
I didn't realize that.
He was the... If
He was
Omar's
the substitute.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's the biology teacher in season 3.
I never watched Community. I've heard it's really good.
Oh,
but
I forgot B. Jordan.
oh shit,
Michael B. Jordan.
yo, Michael B. Jordan is my shit. Friday Night Lights is like indelible to me. Fruitvale's great. Creed, that guy. Parenthood I never saw, but he's supposed to be great on that. I mean, Michael K. Williams has Boardwalk and all that, and he's got Omar from The Wire, which is just like such a iconic
Performance
thing.
Mhm.
But I mean, let's be honest, guys. We've said all these names. We named a lot of Michaels. None of them are challenging Michael Caine, right?
I agree. Yeah.
Mike O'Kane.
Michael Caine.
Our joke is that he should marry Yoko Ono, and then she could be, that's not Mike O'Kane, that's Yoko Kane.
If I had a nickel for every time I've heard that statement.
Love it.
Okay, so what do we got? We got Michael Caine versus Vin Diesel. I mean,
it's Michael Caine.
yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
It's Michael Caine. I love My Familia.
Yeah.
I love it.
But,
But
I mean,
one guy's
Michael
got
Caine.
60 years or 50 years of being an A-list movie star under his belt.
Yeah.
Like the last time Michael Caine went on an audition was probably like 65,
Yeah.
or 7 or
I
whenever
mean, he
Alfie
made
came out.
the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah, we didn't even bring that up. He's just
He's never seen Jaws, Jaws 3.
Jaws 4: The Revenge, but he's seen the house it built, and it's fantastic.
So so Kane versus Diesel. We're saying so
sure.
Michael's win this round. Okay,
Yes.
So what do we got next?
we got some smaller categories going. We're gonna go with some musicians here,
Got it.
which of course Michaels are gonna win, but want to put out some.
Well, we can talk about it.
So first one we got Saint Vincent.
I like St. Vincent.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. Her
Your name
name's
is Vincent.
Her name's Annie something.
Yeah, but
But St. Vincent's really good. We got Vince Gill, the aforementioned Vince Gill, country music star.
And look, man,
I won't lie.
we're all from South Texas.
Yeah. Let's be real.
Vince Gill.
It was the first other Vince I knew existed.
Is that true?
Yeah, he was a Vince G, just like me. So I'm like,
I'm
the first
surprised at how
concert I
many.
ever saw. I saw him at SeaWorld,
Oh, God.
and then at the rodeo twice.
Wait a minute. When did you see him at SeaWorld?
93.
I
want to
feel
say.
like I might have seen that.
It was when they had the stage on. This is only for our San Antonio people. The stage that was on like the America.
Which, by the way, is like 80% of our listenership. So
Hey,
go
I
ahead.
don't want to alienate our Colorado listenership. But remember when they used to have like the country map,
Yes.
and that was their stage was on that country map, which doesn't exist anymore. But I would always I would travel like to my grandparents' house and I'd walk across that map.
Oh, my God.
But Vince Gill, yeah. Hardwood Lie. I think Hardwood Lie was his song with Reba. Was that the song he sang with Reba?
I don't remember.
That's a good song. Regardless, listen to that song.
All right. So
I
what
asked
else?
Kimberly if we could name our daughter Reba. And,
No. Absolutely not. It would be Dolly.
Dolly before Reba.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Dolly
For
Before
sure.
Reba is like a national motto.
And then our chief representative, or I think our winner here is Vince Guaraldi, who made all the Peanuts music.
Oh, yeah.
Another Vince G.
That's a lot of Vince G's.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Interesting.
Vince Guaraldi, that Peanuts music is totally iconic.
Yeah.
And like Peanuts Christmas. Yeah.
Is that the music from Arrested Development with a good grief?
But it's Christmas time is here, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Christmas time is here.
I just Vince Guaraldi. That means Christmas to me when that music busts out.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm gonna put Vince Guaraldi as our number one Vince for musicians here above St. Vincent.
Is that all the Vince musicians we have?
There's probably drummers and bassists and stuff. But
Well, there's like Vince Gill. We
Yeah,
already said Vince Gill.
Gill.
No, but what's
I feel like there's
not Vince Gill.
Was
What's
there
the
like
guy?
a Vinny Romano?
No, what's the
Or
guy
Ramon, was there?
from what's the guy from Motley Crue? Isn't that somebody? Isn't that a Vince?
Tommy Lee? I don't know.
No, the lead singer from
I don't know.
Well, whatever.
He
Obviously-
wasn't gonna win against Vince Guaraldi in my limited
No.
worldview. Come on. All right, so we got a lot of famous Michaels. We've got Mike D of the Beastie Boys.
We do have Mike D.
Yeah, we got Michael Stipe from REM.
Uh-huh.
Got a lot of 90s people. We got Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé.
Bublé.
Fucker can sing.
Michael McDonald of the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
my favorite Michael McDonald is the fact that he's always playing in the background of the electronics store in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yamo be there.
Constantly.
But yeah, Doobie Brothers is good. And then obviously our big one, Michael Jackson,
Yeah. I mean, look, it's
the King of Pop.
pretty impossible to think of anybody overtaking Michael Jackson.
He made Thriller.
Thank you, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. I mean, he made like that dude owned 2 decades.
Yeah. Yeah. Incredible.
We started dating the week he died.
I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my friends was really distraught. That was
Yeah,
the
so
first
like-
time she'd ever met you. And
Yeah, it was
she
like our second date, and like we were like you're making dinner like at your house, and your friend came out. It may have been our first date.
Yeah.
It was like we were meeting there, and you were making me dinner, and then we were gonna go out. And she came over, and was like, we have to watch the 2020 special about Michael Jackson.
I mean, I was pretty distraught. My sister and I talked, and we were like, because it was like the moment that we just all of a sudden were like, we're never gonna have seen Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that sucked.
Yeah.
Now, also a very complicated figure.
Yes.
I think somebody told me that some evidence has kind of come up again recently.
Yeah.
Some new evidence has come to
controversial
light.
stuff, yeah.
That's pretty upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's just no denying that. I mean, the guy just. How is there anybody that's gonna beat Michael Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anybody.
Yeah. I remember when he died because deaths come in 3, and I think Farrah Fawcett and Pope John Paul II died that same week.
Yeah, and like Pope John
Damn.
Paul II died, and people were like, "Yo, Michael Jackson died. Did you see
Yeah.
this?"
Because I was like, because me and my coworkers were like texting each other. We're like, it's probably gonna be like Swayze or something next, and I think Swayze died like a few months later.
Oh, I thought Swayze was already dead before that.
I don't know, but I remember saying like, one of my friends texted me like, you were wrong. Michael Jackson just died, and I told my dad. I just read that text. My dad goes, no shit. Like my dad never curses. And it was just
and we all thought it was fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. That can't be real.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. Michael Jackson might come up again on the later category, but watching. Did you see the what was it called? This Is It, the
No, I
documentary.
didn't.
You never saw that?
Was that the making of like his final tour?
So it was prepping for the final tour, and it's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
You should really see it. There's a couple of moments like he's standing in front of this massive stage in rehearsal, and like a timing miscue is off, and the director's like over like a god mic, and he's like Michael, we gotta work on the timing about this. Michael Jackson's like, no, I gotta feel it. Director's like, no, Michael, I understand you gotta feel it, but like, maybe we should take like a 3 count. Michael Jackson's like, I gotta feel it. Director's like, okay, Michael. And then they go to do it again, and Michael Jackson just like nails it.
Oh, really? Wow.
Wow.
And the movie starts with like 5 minutes or something, or maybe it's like 3 minutes, probably more like 3 minutes, of all these short clips of the dancers, all the dancers on the tour, talking directly to the camera, being like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna dance with Michael Jackson. My dream is happening."
Oh yeah.
And it's really sad to watch because by the time that documentary came out, he was dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's intense. Anyway, so Michael Jackson. I'm nominating Michael Jackson.
And so Michael Jackson versus who do we just have? Vince Guaraldi.
He made Thriller.
So
I gotta say Michael Jackson.
So it's Michael 2, Vince 0.
Yeah, how many more categories we got?
We got 2 or 3 more.
Good luck, fucker.
Okay, we got sports.
Yeah, good luck, fucker.
Sports. We got some good ones here. We got head of WWE, Vince McMahon.
That
Great businessman.
Man's made an impact. There's no denying that.
Vince McMahon.
Quite the businnesman. We got.
Are you a big Vince
Yeah,
McMahon
actually,
fan?
yeah. Well, like WWE, like for a while, like in the
Really?
90s, I was like super into it.
we got some minor Vinces here. We got Vince Carter.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, we got
One
Vinny
of the greatest dunkers ever.
Vinny Del Negro.
Used to live next door to me.
Right. And we've also got one that thankfully the nickname didn't stick, Testicle Verde, Vinny Testaverde.
Yeah.
That Darren made that friend of the show. I shouldn't list his name. I haven't seen him in over a decade. But
Friend of the show, Darren.
friend of the show, Darren, if you're listening, please.
Friend of the show, Padre.
He really tried to make Testicle Verde stick. Really did. Really tried.
Well, it stuck for him because he said it for 4 years.
Thankfully, that is not my Twitter handle.
That could have been bad.
I think Vinny Testaverde had like a really good season.
There's not like a famous like Vince hockey player or something.
Maybe a Vinny or something. But there's obviously Vince Lombardi.
Oh, well, that's
Pretty all the time.
legit.
You know, Green Bay Packers coach, won the first 2 Super Bowls.
Who was the first Vince you said in this category?
Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah, no, I gotta go Vince Lombardi over that.
Kimberly's just like waffling. She's like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's tough.
that's an icon.
Yeah.
That's a straight icon.
Football
You don't get
superstar.
many of those.
So I was like, yeah, it's gonna. I was telling Kimberly today, I was like, it's gonna be Vince's versus Michael's, and Kimberly's like, Michael Jordan, come on.
But I mean,
I was like, you're definitely gonna lose that category.
I mean, I'm
like
just-
100%.
I'm just
Space
waiting
Jam.
for that. Space Jam. He made Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Wait, what other Vinces you got?
That's all I got for Vince's.
All right, so
sports.
Lombardi's
Vince
your
Young?
Vince.
Yeah, Vince Young. Oh,
Yo.
yeah, but he could also be in Disgraceville.
He could be a
Well,
good
I don't know if he
disgrace.
should be in Disgraceville.
Yeah.
Is he disgraced? He's
I just
really-
remember he was like at UT when I was at UT. He was
Okay,
just like
so
a dick and would park his car on the sidewalk.
But how do we
Yeah,
feel
but
about
that's not the same as like, molested children.
Yeah,
Like,
or
true that.
murdered a bunch of
True
puppy
that.
dogs
True that.
yeah.
like another Michael?
Well, all right, all right.
I would say that Michael Vick's highs and Michael Vick's lows were both better than Vince Young's. Michael
wait,
Vick had lower lows than Vince Young.
Yeah, he had lower lows and he also had higher highs.
Yeah.
That is definitely true.
So-
Although, I mean, that being said, you can still talk about Vince Young. Look, Vince Young has one of
Rose
the
Bowl game?
Yeah, the 2 Rose Bowls together, but the Rose Bowl, the national title game, is the greatest individual sporting performance I've ever seen in a single
well
game.
done.
Yeah, you were at UT when that was happening, didn't you?
Yeah, that was my senior year. That was when I graduated. It was like perfect.
I was in LA like immediately following that, and I was like, I was a Vince from Texas when I was getting carded to go into places, and they did not like me.
I mean, that being said,
Sorry to our California friends.
yeah,
but
France.
our Wisconsin friends will be happy to know that Vince Lombardi is our number 1 Vince of sports.
I mean, I'm gonna submit, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, obviously better than Michael Strahan.
Yeah,
But we got Ditka,
yeah.
also
mean-
from Chicago.
Also a legend, but like still no.
We got Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Disgraceville, heading to
Yes.
Disgraceville.
Michael Phelps.
All right, now that's
Now we're talking, right?
Yeah,
Now we're talking.
that's pretty interesting.
And I should have led with Michael Phelps to end it, but or done Michael Phelps to end it. But we also have Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski.
He's a legend.
Did they win the gold?
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't even look. I just assumed it was a foregone conclusion.
yeah.
that
They won by a lot.
that the NBA team, or the not NBA team, but the All Star.
Well, it is an NBA team.
Yeah. I was watching that. I was talking to Kimberly, and this will bore us, but this will bore our non-San Antonio Spurs listeners. But I was watching the France and Australia game, and I was like, everybody on this team used to be a Spur.
Oh, well, that was the same thing with today. Australia played Spain for the bronze medal.
Oh, really?
And it was a bunch of Spurs. It's like Aaron Baines, Patty Mills, and all that. And actually,
I saw Boris Diaw run down and block an Aaron Bain or Patty Mills fast break.
and then they probably just laughed and went and had a glass
Boris
of wine.
Diaw, what are you doing? Like running a fast break.
Yeah, remind me to. We won't get too deep into Spurs talk on here. You can catch that on our other show. All my friends are Spurs fans, and if they're not, then fuck them.
Really long title, really tough SEO.
Yeah, but it is what it is. But I'll tell you a story about what Tony Parker said recently. Anyway, but yeah, Coach K.
Michael Vick and Al Michaels, who
Yo, Al Michaels is a really sleeper contender there. Have you heard his podcast he does with like Bill Simmons and stuff?
What?
He's done a couple of interviews with Bill Simmons that are amazing. First of all, Al Michaels, best friends with OJ.
Okay.
Not-
I'm listening.
He was best friends with OJ. Like played tennis with him. They lived next door to each other in Brentwood and all this stuff. And also was the guy that ended up on the TV giving the commentary about the Bronco chase.
oh wow,
And so Al Michaels was like best friends with OJ and had to go through this whole realization of like, yo, my friend is a murderer, and had to like disavow his friendship with him.
wow.
And you know, called the Miracle on Ice.
Yeah, I know that he's been around. 1980.
Yeah.
Winter Olympics.
Called the Miracle on Ice. He did the earthquake game.
Mm-hmm.
At Dodger. Was it San Francisco? I thought it was in Dodger Stadium.
Oh, I thought it was in Oakland. I thought it was when it was Oakland and San Francisco.
Maybe it was. I don't
It was
remember.
one of those two. It was Bay Area.
But it was. Yeah, I mean that's a good category. But I mean it's Jordan.
so he made Space Jam.
Yeah. Jordan. I mean, done.
I mean
So-
he made enough money to buy a team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody wears Jordans.
Still, like I thought Jordans
Let's
would
be
die out,
real.
like how Madden would die out when he left football.
No. Instead he completely made Nike work.
Exactly. He is like the backbone of Nike. Like,
Yeah.
yes.
He's like the backbone.
Yeah.
And
People
the
don't wear
pelvis
LeBron.
Yeah.
And the neck and
Yeah.
yeah. People think LeBron's still bigger. They think LeBron's
No.
bigger than
What does
Jordan.
LeBron
Oh,
wear?
fuck no.
He wears Nikes.
He wears the
Exactly.
Jordans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Like LeBron's got a shoe. Nike gave Jordan an entire brand.
right.
Yeah.
Like he has a whole brand. Jumpman is still a Nike subsidiary.
So it's Michael Jordan versus Vince Lombardi. Kimberly, tough decision here.
Space Jam.
So that's 3 to
Welcome
nothing.
to the Space Jam.
Okay. We're gonna go to painting artists here.
Oh, okay. I have questions about this.
I've only got 2 and 1. 1 for you, 2 for me.
All right.
I've also got Vincent Van Gogh.
Yep.
course.
Of course.
Good. I'm cheating here though, but it's got Vince in the name. Leonardo da Vinci.
No.
Nope.
No. You don't get that one.
Oh, well, no, hang on. I have a question about this.
But then Michelangelo you can have.
So, okay.
Yes.
All right. So,
Michelangelo is more. It makes more sense.
okay. So, all right. So, there's plenty of other people. There's plenty of other painters out there that we're like forgetting, right? Or that we didn't get into enough research for.
So we're talking about
whatever.
like visual artists.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, because I knew that you were going to have Van Gogh, obviously.
Had a ringer.
And
had
I-
a ringer category.
And I was like, does that mean I get Michelangelo? I don't know.
yeah. But he's
Um,
going up against Leonardo da Vinci
well, and so,
and the Da Vinci Code.
No, you don't get Da Vinci.
Okay.
No.
but like Michelangelo versus Van Gogh is like that's a legit debate,
Yeah,
right?
that's a big
like
one.
Sistine Chapel, but also like water lilies
Yeah.
and like
Starry Night.
And David.
That you don't
Look.
get Da Vinci once again.
No,
dude.
no.
no, David is Michelangelo.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine. All right.
And look,
And the Pieta.
I'm on record as saying that the David is the single most perfect piece of art I've ever seen in my life. It's the only perfect piece of art I've ever seen in my life. I spent an hour walking around that thing just in awe. But I kind of feel like it's cheating for me to take Michelangelo.
I like Michelangelo more than I like.
And you like Van Gogh?
Yeah.
Are you really gonna like concede this to me?
Yeah, I'll concede this one.
I'm a big Van
I was
Gogh
really
fan,
hoping
though.
for like a Leonardo versus Michelangelo debate, you know.
Well, but even then, even if you were gonna say Da Vinci versus Michelangelo, I mean, I think realistically, Da Vinci is probably the more important figure, like just overall, like spectrum. But like, I know he's got like the Mona Lisa and stuff like that, but I would rather look at 90% of Michelangelo's art than Da Vinci's. But Da Vinci's probably more important, like in the actual scheme of he was designing helicopters in the
Right.
like 17th or 16th century, whatever it
Right.
was.
So Michelangelo. I also can never look at Michelangelo without thinking about the end of that John Travolta movie Michael, where it has like Michael
shit.
and then Angel.
How
And
did we
then
not get Michael in on the like the TV category, right? I should have just claimed him.
Michael?
Oh my god. Michael.
So Michelangelo. So Michael's won 4-0, but he could lose a point here. In the
I don't know. I feel like I really like Van Gogh.
Oh no!
Like there was recently stuff by scientists that was like put out that like the Starry Night actually like showed that Van Gogh had like some deeper understanding of like micro like magnetic fields in the in space
really?
than people like had at that time, and it was like
Really?
the science backs it up and all kinds of
Well,
stuff.
and let me
very
ask you this:
interesting.
what have you guys been to the Sistine Chapel?
No.
Okay, I have. No big deal. And like I've looked at. So first, I mean, I've like seen the Sistine Chapel and seen the ceiling and the final judgment, I think is what it's called on the
With the two fingers.
Yeah,
You may have seen
wall.
that in Arrested Development.
Yeah.
So I've seen all that, but like when I was actually like looking at painting in person, like the actual paintings of like Van Gogh affect me more
Really?
in person. Now the statues of Michelangelo, like I said, I'm on record with the David. I've seen the Pieta, like that stuff hits me way harder. But for actual painting, I think I'd actually prefer Van Gogh over Michelangelo.
Whoa! So I may actually win a round here. Looks like I'm outvoted.
You're outvoted on your own. You're arguing against yourself.
Nailed it.
I mean, if you said, because you said like painting category,
Yeah.
and if you're gonna say that, I think I'm gonna go Van Gogh over Michelangelo,
Okay. And
which might be controversial. I think I don't really know where people list that level of achievement.
Yeah, the only reason I was like super into Van Gogh is because of that like newly surfaced scientific stuff that says that there's like some backing to like Van Gogh's depiction of turbulence, like as a scientific theory in his art.
Isn't there something about also like, the way that like Van Gogh just did something with like ratios or something like that was so beyond anything anybody was doing at the time?
Yeah, he was just incredible. Also, he was a very passionate artist. I love him among the like most famous like kind of like tortured soul artists. You know what I mean? He cut his ear off, mailed it to his lover. I mean, that's hot, right?
Yeah, I mean that's romantic.
I'm worried that we're gonna get some tweets about like, what does this say about Vince? That you really like Vincent D'Onofrio and Kingpin.
That your wife's really
Your
into
wife's
like
super disturbed.
she's picked all the creepiest ones so far.
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah. To be clear, who were the other Vinces we had on the TV list? We had Vaughn. We had Gilligan. There was like a clear Vince winner that was Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she chose Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
And it's not anyway. I think you get Van Gogh.
Okay, cool. So I won 3-0. Okay, so we're gonna go to or 3-1 now. We're gonna go to our disgrace category here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I've got one very disgraced Vince, but I didn't do a lot of history looking into it. The ShamWow guy was named Vince. ShamWow guy, he's still alive though.
So
he didn't die like Billy Blanks died. Not Billy Blanks, that's the Tybo guy. Billy from
Yeah, you were
From,
we were all over the map.
OxyClean guy.
Fuck. What's that guy's name?
Billy something.
Didn't he have like a massive cocaine overdose or something?
Yeah.
I could. Those commercials, he was like super manic. Like it was great.
Man, like that really. What was that guy's name?
Billy something. Not Vince. Vince ShamWow. ShamWow Vince did not do too hot though either. He's
Didn't he
subject
like?
of quite a
Didn't
memes.
he like beat up a woman or
Yeah,
something?
he's not good. He's not good.
It's like a domestic abuser, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's some other Michael that are domestic abusers, like Mike Tyson.
Well, yeah. So
and
okay.
Michael Vick.
So there's a couple of. So one of the weird things with I think a lot of disgraced Michaels is that they get disgraced in this way that somehow the public still kind of likes them. So like Mike Tyson is a convicted rapist. Mm-hmm. And
People love him.
and people love him. And like look.
Still in a lot of pop culture references and a lot of TV shows, movies. It's like a cameo.
And he's definitely moved into this kind of like lovable whatever era, right? And look, I think that guy had a really tough life and it was really awful for a lot of his life and he didn't know how to express anything. But he still raped a woman. Mm-hmm. And, that was a long time ago and maybe he's gone through his rehabilitation. I don't know. But like that's something that we just kind of let go now, which is fucked up. Michael Jackson. Mm-hmm. People, he was strange. And, to say the least, and did some bad things, allegedly. And
Interesting relationships with people of a younger
yeah.
persuasion.
Yeah, there's like weird
Fucking
interviews.
kids is a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
There's like weird interviews like in Disney Adventures magazine about Macaulay Culkin saying that Michael Jackson was his best friend. Which is really like Macaulay Culkin would just like at 10 go over to Michael Jackson's house and hang out with his animals
And have sleepovers and sleep in his room. And it's, but like Thriller, right? And like
Smooth Criminal is a dope ass song.
Smooth Criminal is like probably Dark Horse my favorite Michael Jackson song. But I mean it's just
Can
it's
we talk
great.
about Michael Kors being so orange? Like, that's a disgrace, is it not?
Michael Kors was on my other honorable mentions or just weird people to mention. Bruce Willis had a really weird Michael Kors impression on SNL a couple years ago.
He did.
Oh, that's funny. But I mean, so that's one of those things is that like how we want to define the disgrace, because like Vince from ShamWow, that fucker got called out and was never heard from again.
Right.
But like a lot of the Michaels, people want to excuse.
Michael Vick had another $100 million contract after doing time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did. But and even then, like his crime was awful. But he accepted responsibility and he went and he did his time and
Seems relatively rehabilitated.
Yeah, it does. Supposedly he's involved with a lot of like rescue groups and stuff like that for dogs now. Like that dude at least seems like a guy that like learned his lesson. So how do we like Kim, what do you think? What do you think the criteria is on the disgrace? Do you think it's like fell off the face of the earth? You can never come back?
Well, like, it's like, how much of a pariah is this person, I guess, would be probably like a good measure of disgrace.
Well, because I don't feel like Tyson or Michael Jackson are pariahs anymore.
No.
I feel like they've been accepted.
Who are cool with them.
There's no other Vinces?
Well, I mean, I looked up other Vincent Goodwins, and there's like super huge scam artists that have like knocked me off of like the top page of Google when you Google my name now.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, they're like huge. There's a huge scam artist, con artist, like lawyer, accountant, something in Florida that like just knocked me off like the first 5 pages of Google.
Motley Crue's Vince Neil didn't know the words to the national anthem.
Vince Neil. That's who I was trying to come up with earlier.
Just wanted to mention those. I don't know if we need to come up with a disgrace for that, but there's some disgraceful Michaels and Vinces in our namesake. I wanted to come up with this category because, we named our kid Bruce Willie. Presumably
After the Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah,
Yes.
Key and Peele skit, presumably about Bruce Willis. But if Bruce Willis were to have a terrible scandal or something come out, then we just say, well, he was named after Bruce Campbell.
Or
Bruce
also
Bowen.
Bruce Bowen.
Well, also
Bruce Wayne.
Isn't Kimberly's father named Bruce?
No,
William.
William is
William.
William's
Middle
your,
name, yeah.
yeah.
Middle name
That's
Bruce.
his middle name.
Okay.
That's how we snuck it in.
Yeah.
With Willie. William.
Yeah, there you go, Bruce Willie.
Yeah. So, but like we always, you always got to be, careful if somebody's gonna have like a big scandal. Like we can dump off Bruce to another name.
Yeah.
So if
Wasn't there also like a big scandal with George Michael?
Oh well, George Michael was jacking off,
Yeah.
in a men's room.
Okay.
And that's why George Michael. We're talking a lot about Arrested Development. That's why he changed his name to, and he was like George Harris, which George Harris was also another closeted guy who got like huge scandals in the '60s.
Yeah,
Like it was a deep Arrested Development.
Yeah, it was a deep reference. Because with George Michael, they didn't know, nobody knew he was gay.
Oh, okay.
Because in
Wham.
1990, you could have like feathered hair and earrings as a
And
man.
sing a
And
song
people
called
wouldn't
Jitterbug.
Jitterbug.
And sing Freedom.
It was a different time.
Well, but is it Freedom 90? Isn't that his after he came out?
I don't know. I don't know my.
That would make more sense.
All I know is that the lyrics of that song are like the clothes do not make the man. Freedom. Like,
Well, like George Michael being gay is like one of those like obvious like Liberace things, where it's like like Mike Myers talking about Michael Douglas who played Liberace. I God, Liberace was gay. I mean, women loved him.
women loved him.
Like,
Yeah.
so there's that. I do have some other honorable Michaels though that we can just talk about. Michael Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Done pretty well for himself. Mike Wallace, the reporter, did really well for himself.
Mike Wallace did do well for himself. Mike Wallace, also a former Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver.
Really?
The Dolphins.
I was the same. I saw Mike Wallace football player, and I'm like, that can't be the same Mike
No,
Wallace.
it's not the same Mike Wallace.
Okay, cool. I was like, well, that's quite the 60 Minutes career.
Wasn't Mike Wallace is who Christopher Plummer is in The Insider, right?
Yeah,
Mike Wallace
Russell
is
Crowe.
yeah.
Directed by Michael Mann.
Fuck, so many Michaels.
So many Michaels. And Michael Crichton.
Michael Crichton, who also turned out to be a weird dude.
Yeah.
But goddamn, if
Jurassic Park.
that guy knew how to write,
Sphere.
that guy really knew how to write like okay books that turned into really good movies.
Really good, high concept, easy to sell on the back of a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are some of the few books that I've read that I'm like, the movie was better.
Yeah, but it's like, what if like people made dinosaurs in real life and like Disney World and stuff? It's like, that book's pretty good. The movie's better.
Yeah.
Although at
But,
the time I was like, the book is so much better. But
Yeah, but no, the
No.
movie's better.
so I think we have it. I think if you're looking to name your kid after a good strong name, Michael is probably a better name than Vince.
I mean, look,
It was like the most popular name. For
yeah,
like 30 years.
let's be honest. There's a lot of really great Michaels out there. One of which is on this show, but there's also a lot of really bad Michaels on that show. One of which is also on this show, and so you can find anything within it, right? We didn't do the most research we've ever done on this episode, but it's tough because it was the most popular or second most popular name for like 50 years.
Yeah.
It's like Michael and Matthew just traded off.
Yeah, and mine's like
And now-
in the 70s.
Yeah, now it's probably like fucking,
Michael's still probably the top 5.
yeah, I guess. I couldn't even think of a weird name to come up with. I kept wanting to say Gerwin, and that's not a name.
Gerwin.
Gerwin. I'm going to name my kid Gerwin. Gerwin Kane.
There's going to be a
Although
fan.
I do feel like you're a little bit of an anomaly because you're not Italian, but you are a white guy named Vincent, and
Yeah.
so like that's kind of unusual.
Roman
for me.
Catholic.
You know,
Roman Catholic.
like you're the
That's
only
really-
like
but
white
you're not
guy I've ever
Italian,
met
no.
who's named Vincent who's not Italian.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know George Carlin was like talking about like you name your kids like Hunter or some other like lame names, like, but they're always gonna get beat up by a Vinny, and probably Mikey was in his list of like 5 kids that will like, beat the shit out of your fancy named kid.
Anthony.
Yeah. Like
Not Anthony. Anthony.
Yeah.
Well, it was so weird. Like when we were trying to think of names for our son, I was really drawn to these like super hyper masculine
Like what
names.
was the
I really liked Butch and Duke. Like I was like super into these like ridiculous masculine names.
Well,
like I
first
don't
of
know
all,
where they came
you
from.
should not have told me this because your son's name just became Butch Duke Goodwin. Are you kidding me? Butch Duke?
I don't know.
We put the kibosh
If
on
you-
that one. This is why we had a hard time finding boy names, and we ended up with a Key and Peele skit. Be like,
You did it.
like God shined his light down. I was like, guys, fix this shit.
I cannot. Like Duke would have been weird, but like a little bit more understandable. But if you named your kid Butch,
Butch, I don't know. I was just drawn
and like
to
Butch
it.
Cassidy is like one of my favorite things ever. But in 2016,
It's like a dog's name.
Yeah, it's kind of a dog's name.
Apologies to our listeners named Butch.
yeah, in the San Antonio area or Colorado area.
So I think we have it. Michael's better than Vince. Which
Goddamn right.
Which is better than Butch. Apologies to our listeners named Butch. All right, I was Vince. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Vince.
Thank you, Kimberly.
You're welcome.
I love y'all so much.
Bye.
Bye.